navigating modern cybersecurity and its associated risks. And my name is Godwin Agbemenya Jr. from PSC Limited. So we'll move on to the objectives for today. We have a couple of objectives we have to achieve for today. We are going to first recap the cybersecurity framework, that's the 2.0 version. We are going to talk extensively on the zero trust architecture, and also AI cybersecurity and deepfake dilemma, and also Internet of Things and smart devices, the risks associated to all of that. So without wasting much time, we're going to have a quick recap on the entire cybersecurity framework. So we have the core functions, which are 6. Initially, it was 5, but we've moved on to 6 now, where we have the identify, we have the detect, we have the recover, we have the protect, we have the respond, and also we have the govern. So with the identify, that is where we are going to understand systems, assets, data, and its capabilities that require some form of protection. Then also we have the detect. This is where we develop activities to identify the potential cybersecurity events and threats that may affect our systems. Then we also have the recover, how best we can recover or restore the full services or the capabilities of that particular system that we are working with. And also we have we have the protect. Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry. So we also have the protect over here where we implement some safe tools and safe solutions that is going to help us protect the system against any form of disruptions or any form of attacks. And also we have the respond. That is where we take actions when cybersecurity incidents are detected. So any form of incident that may affect our systems, the process or the procedure we first attack or we first take action to detect and also to make sure it doesn't happen again. That is a response function we have here. And also we have the govern where we establish strategic oversight and risk management leadership. So we make sure we are being compliant and also we are working within the specific framework of cybersecurity. So that's a brief overview of what we have been studying for the past weeks now. But we move on to the agenda for today. That is we understanding. Okay, so there's also another part of this whole thing where we need to also understand where it is the key enhancement of the threat landscape. So we have a lot of strategies and solutions to help us achieve this. So we came up first with the strategic evolution and also the modern threat focus. So with the strategic evolution, this is where the govern comes in place. So this is where the new government function, which was a new function that was added to the previous 5 already. So this is where it helps us elevate cybersecurity governance, risks, and management. So this is where it helps us align whatever we do as an organization to the best practice that it has been already established within the cybersecurity framework. And also the modern threat focus. This is where it creates cyber resilience. It gives us the mindset of rapid recovery, continuous improvement, and also helping us to adapt to the new evolution that we are facing as a whole. So we move on to the agenda for today, which is the zero trust. The first one we are going to look at is the zero trust architecture. This is where we redefine what cybersecurity is in this our modern era. So the whole idea is we need to safeguard our systems. So whilst we are safeguarding our systems, we need to give some people some level of access. So when we are given the level of access, we should also make sure that all the accesses that we are giving to the people, there is some form of restrictions on the access, and there is some form of procedures and policies in place for that particular access you are giving to the people within the system or to a system. So we shouldn't trust anybody. So whatever access we are giving. We can give the access although, but there should be some level of restriction on each access we give to the people. So that is the whole idea of zero trust architecture. So we are not trusting anybody fully. So we are going to review all the accesses that we are giving to people. We should make sure that the access we are giving to them is restricted. So we have a couple of strategies that we are going to put in place. Then my next slide will give a more detailed understanding to it. So this is the zero trust paradigm shift. So this is the mindset we need to have with regards to zero trust architecture. So the old model is broken. So the traditional security model operated on dangerous assumptions. That is where trust is anything inside the perimeter, whilst treating only external threats as hostile. So the whole idea of we treating the external threat hostile and not friendly to the external threat, we need to just break that down and make sure that both the internal and also the external access that we give can destroy the whole system. So we should take off the old model that, oh, it's just the external people that can attack us. No, the internal people that we give access to can also attack us and also can breach some form of restrictions that we've given. So we should have a new security mindset. So this is the new security mindset that we should have as individuals, as organizations that will work within the cyberspace. So we have the zero. Zero trust means never trust, always verify. So every user, every device, every application must continuously prove its legitimacy, regardless of the location or previous access. So regardless of every location you find ourselves or every access that we've given to that particular user, device, or any application, we need to continually prove the legitimacy of it. We don't just give the access because, oh, we've given access before and everything was fine. No. The fact that we give access each and every time, we need to verify whatever access we are giving to that particular user, the device, and also the application. So that is the whole idea. We are never trusting anybody. We are never trusting any device. We are never trusting any application. So continuous improvement, continuously prove that it is legitimate enough. It has all the security features up. All the boxes with regards to security has been checked for us to know that whatever access we've given is legitimate and also it wouldn't worry our whole system. So we have principles of zero trust. So they are based there are lots of principles, but these are the core principles of zero trust. So we have the verify explicitly, least privilege access, and assume breach. So with the verify explicitly, we authenticate and authorize every access request using available data points. Trust is never assumed. So every data points that we use, we need to authenticate and authorize every user. So with the authentication, that is where we give access or we give a go ahead for a particular system. With the authorization, that is where we have a whole system in place to know that yes, this access that I have granted is from this person and is to this person within this particular range. So with that, it gives us a very, very confident look that whatever we have done, we are confident about it. Even though we can't be fully confident, but some level of confidence is there, and we know we are doing the right thing. And with the least privileged access, this is where we grant users access based on a particular reason. So users receive only minimum access necessary to perform their tasks. So it depends on the tax you have. It depends on the tax you have, be it hello.
Please, we can't hear you.
Please, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes,
better, better.
yes,
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
All
Yes,
right.
I can hear you.
All right.
yes,
Sorry. So with the least privilege access, users receive only the minimum access necessary to perform the attacks and just in time permission. So we have a couple of instructions we can give. So just in time, role access, those are the least privileged accesses that we give. So depending on your role and your task that you have at the moment, we give the access. And the just in time is when it is important. As and when it is important, you give that particular access to the use to the user. So the next core value or core principle is assume breach. So design systems expecting inevitable system breaches by implementing microsegmentation, encrypting all data, continuously improving or monitoring for all anomalies and suspicious activities. So over here, we are assuming that there is breach all the time. So we are going to put measures in place for us to know that whatever information we are putting out there or whatever data we have out there is secured. So how do we do that? We encrypt it. We also implement the microsegmentation where we segment each data or each information into smaller pieces and make sure we encrypt each of them and continually monitor for any form of anomalies and any form of secure and suspicious activities. So with that being said, there are still some stuff we need to do. We can't just assume the core principles or the core values, then we don't put any structure in place. So we need to have some pillars that are going to guide us to help us achieve this particular zero trust. So this is why we have the 5 pillars of zero trust architecture. So identity and access management, we have network segmentation, we have device security, we also have application security. We also have data security as well. So with the identity and access management, this is where we implement multi-factor single sign-on and we continually monitor whatever access we have given. So on all our systems, we just have to make sure that we have a multi-factor where we have the sign-in code being sent, we have email verification, we can have biometric verification, and also have a single sign-on where each individual is assigned to one particular authorization or authentication, not multiple users using one password and one email. No, we should have one single sign-on all our systems. And also we should have network segmentation. This is where our networks are put into zones, secure zones. So we could have a network in the whole organization, but we segment it, we divide it, we divide the network into secure zones so that whenever there is a downtime in one particular network, the other is up and running. Whenever there is a threat or there is a breach or there is any form of anomaly on any of the segmented networks, another is there for a backup purpose. So that is the whole idea of network segmentation. And also we have the device security. This is where we ensure device integrity, health, and compliance before granting access. So whatever device that we are using, we have to have some level of integrity within it and also make sure it is compliant before, or whoever is going to use the device is being compliant before we grant access to sensitive resources. And also we have application security. This is where continuous runtime, monitoring, and enforcement of secure coding practices throughout the entire life cycle. So throughout the entire life cycle of our development phase, from the onset to the deployment where we initiate, we identify every other thing where we identify any form of bugs, we do our testing and all that, down to our deployment, we need to make sure there is some level of security over there where we put structures in place, where we secure our codes. We also make sure we do our testing in-house and also externally as well. We bring in people on board to make sure that whatever testing we have done fits whatever requirements or whatever, yes, whatever goal we want to achieve with the application, and make sure that we embed or we include security in each phases of our deployment phase. So we also have data security. This is where we put in place the end-to-end encryption and data loss prevention measures, where we protect information at rest and in transit. So whatever information or whatever data that we transmit at rest or in transit, we need to make sure that it is encrypted to prevent any form of data loss or any form of data leakage. So that is it for the pillars. So we move on to how best we can embrace this whole zero trust we've been talking since. So the future of cyber defense. It is basically the future of cyber defense. So this is where we need to understand how best we can go about it and what benefit is going to give us when we embrace the whole idea of this zero trust architecture. So the main reason that there are three reasons over here. We have one, which is the threat landscape is evolving. There is a strategic philosophy behind this whole zero trust. We also begin, it also helps you begin your journey as well. So with the evolving part of the whole threat landscape is where cyber threats become more sophisticated daily, making perimeter-based security models and fundamentally obsolete. So we have a threat landscape. It is evolving. There are new things coming up. There are new solutions coming up. There is a lot of things happening in the cyberspace as of now. Definitely, there'll be threats associated to all these evolutions. So moving forward, we need to just embrace it and make sure that it has come to stay. So we have to put measures in place where we have to put the pillars in place, also understand the core principles of this zero trust and make sure we align ourselves to the best practice and make our system secure. It is also a strategic philosophy. So zero trust isn't a single product or technology. That's what we have to understand. It is not a product, it's not a technology, it has nothing to do with any solution. It is comprehensive and continuous security philosophy. So it is something we have to adapt. It should be a culture we have to adapt as individuals, as organizations from now on, that we need to verify. We shouldn't trust anybody. We need to make sure and also make sure we are doing some level of continuous monitoring on all our systems, all our accesses. So it is a culture. It should be a culture now. It should be part of us as organizations and also individuals. And it also helps you begin your journey. So start with a thorough asset discovery, comprehensive risk assessment, and phase implementation aligned with business priorities. So it's going to help us begin our journey very well. It's going to help us align our business priorities with the asset discoveries that we do. Comprehensive risk assessment. So every risk assessment that we perform, we need to have some level of understanding of what exactly we are doing and align it to our business priorities as well. So this brings me to the end of the whole zero trust architecture. So we move on to the next subtopic for today, which is IoT and smart devices risk. So Internet of Things. So every device that we use that helps us send and receive information, data, any form, they are basically the IoTs and our smart devices that we use. So we are going to understand what they are, and also we are going to understand the threats and also the risks associated to each devices. So it's going to help us, this whole session or this part is going to help us explore the hidden vulnerabilities lurking in our increased connected data. So there is a chart over there. It's actually a research that has been done with regards to the Internet of Things, the IoT. So we have the IoT explosion, convenience meets vulnerability. So globally, we have over 15 billion devices, connected devices globally. This stat was as of 2025 to 2026. So spanning between home, cities, and industries. And there is a 98% lack of security standards on all these devices that we have. That is high. And we have 5.6 times attack surface growth. So there is increase in potential entry point for cybersecurity threats since 2020. So we have 15 billion devices now. There is a possibility of attacks on 90 things. And also it happens at 5.6 times within the first surface growth of the whole devices that we use. So this is actually a very serious thing we are looking at right now. So moving forward, we are going to understand how best we can solve or we can mitigate this kind of vulnerabilities that we find ourselves in with regards to the devices that we use. So we have some forms that we can, some forms of security features or some guidelines that we can do to help us mitigate these particular vulnerabilities that we have. So we have unencrypted data, firmware vulnerability. So we have reasons for these particular attacks may be encrypted traffic, firmware flaws, outdated software. So with the encrypted traffic, we have where we have most IoT connections or communications travel without any form of encryption, exposing personal information, health data, operational details to anyone monitoring the network. So the networks that we use, whatever information or whatever traffic that is moving within the network, it is mostly encrypted. So this puts us at risk of any form of exposure, any form of personal information exposure. Our health details is exposed, and even operational details are exposed. So these are the main causes of the IoT risks and threats that we have, and also the vulnerabilities of the firmwares. So we also have firmware flaws, where we have rash development cycles, leave firmware riddled with vulnerabilities, often unpatched for years due to poor update mechanism. So the firmwares that we are on, we are working on, or we have our systems running on, they are mostly or usually not patched. Then also we have some form of rushed development cycle. So when we are developing those form of those firmwares, they are not properly aligned with the best practices. We also don't have any form of secured architecture running, or we don't have anything secured on it. So as time goes on, these firmwares become weak, and it gives room for any form of attack and any form of breaches on that particular firmware that we find ourselves running on. And also we have outdated software. So devices run on obsolete operating systems with known exploits, creating easy targets or access to sophisticated attacks. So here, the software is running on our systems. We usually don't do any form of update. So moving forward, whenever we get updates, notifications or anything regarding updates, the whole idea for updates is that bugs have been fixed and there have been new improvement to that particular operating systems or softwares that we use. So it is very, very necessary, or it's very, very important for us to do some form of updates on our systems and on our softwares as well. So there's also another chart over here giving us the privacy risks in smart devices. So we have over 1 to 1.12 million unique fingerprinting. So every device is actually for one particular person. There is some level of unique fingerprinting in there, where we have the precision rates for identification or identifying individual smart homes through device signature. So devices that we use have some level of distinct signatures on them. So we have 1 to 1.12 million. So we have also unauthorized tracking. So you have 70% of devices that are tracked without any form of authorization. And also we have PII leakage. This is where we have our personal identifiable information, which is our personal information, our date of birth, age, gender, where we're from, place of birth, and all those stuff. That forms part of our PIIs, our codes, our PIN numbers, PIN codes, and all that. So we have 89% of PII leakage, which is very, very serious. So this chart is giving us an overview of risks associated with smart devices. This is very worrying in our present life as of now, because we can't be having our systems being tracked all the time. We can't be having our unique fingerprinting out there. We can't also be having our PIIs be leaked out like that, because at a rate of 89% is crazy, and it's very, very, very risky as well. So these are things that we need to put in place. There are a couple that we'll be looking at shortly. Yes, so these are the strategies. So these are the things we need to put in place to mitigate this particular IoT risks. So strong authentication by default. So we need to enforce unique password, multi-factor authentication on all our devices from the moment of deployment. So we have to have unique passwords and also ensure that we have enabled MFAs on all our devices. So all our devices that we use, be it systems, be it our personal devices, we need to make sure we have passwords, unique passwords, not just any form of passwords. For our systems, the best practice is giving us 12 to 24 with some level of unique characters, special characters on there. On our personal devices, it depends on us and what we want to do. So it should be unique and also very, very complicated, but something we can understand and remember very well. So that is strong authentication by default. And also sure end-to-end encryption, where we encrypt all data in transit and at rest, including firmware updates and device communications. So whatever data that we send, whether at rest or in transit, we need to make sure we've encrypted it with some level of key encryptions on all our systems or all our data that we send out. There should be also continuous monitoring. So we need to implement real-time threat detection with automated patching and update mechanisms. So this is where we have our SIM over there, which is our security information. This gives us a brief overview or an in-depth overview, not even brief, it's in-depth overview of real-time threats that could possibly affect our systems. So there is a whole system and there's a whole solution that we have deployed to track any form of threats that may affect our system. So that is where we have our continuous monitoring out there, and it's able to give us a report and also help us mitigate those form of threats that may attack or that may affect our systems that we are working with extensively. There should be also some form of awareness and training. So all this that we are doing is also a form of awareness and training. With this, we are making people understand what it is, give people the comprehensive security awareness, and also help them with regards to how to mitigate this particular risk, know what the risk can do, the possibility of you avoiding that particular risk, what to do to avoid it, and all that. That is the whole idea. And also we have to adopt the zero trust architecture. So you see, we can find the zero trust over here as well. So it's a big deal. It helps us isolate IoT devices from potential critical systems or any form of breaches on our systems or within our organization. And also we have to understand the emerging technology. So leverage blockchain for supply chain verification and AI for predictive threat detection. So since we have emerging technologies coming up, we need to leverage upon those technologies to help us make our work simple and also make sure we have all the security features in place to help us as individuals and also as organizations. So we'll move on to the other parts of today's session, which is AI and cyber security in 2025 and also 2026. So we have the deepfake dilemma. So as of 2025, this whole chart was taken in 2025. 2026 is not just ready yet. They do it mid-year, 6 months into the year. That's where the whole chart comes up. So these ratings are from last year, last part of last year. So we have the 70% attack rate within the cyberspace. We have over 30,000 plus vulnerabilities being identified, and CEOs make it their number one priority now. So in 2025, organizations suffered a significant cyber attack as at the rate of 70% and recorded over 30,000 plus vulnerabilities on the cyberspace, and the CEOs made it their number one priority under the year of 2025. So it is a big deal, and we need to make sure we understand what it is. So AI in cybersecurity. So we are going to map how best we can use AI to or within our cybersecurity space. So AI, the double-edged sword of cybersecurity. So it can do a lot of things, but these two are very, very important. So we have AI as a threat and AI as a defense. So AI can be something good for us. It can be also something bad for us as well, but it depends on how best we understand and how well we use it. Crime breakout times now under 1 hour. So AI automation. So there is a solution that helps us to accelerate and make sure that these e-crimes, electronic crimes, any form of fraud and all those stuff is associated with this AI evolution. So there is a tool that is going to help us identify and detect this particular AI within our system. And also AI-powered phishing campaigns and unprecedented personalization. So AI is also going to help. It also helps us in the way, but it's a trait. It's going to help people with ulterior motives to perform some level of phishing that we can't, or it will be difficult for you to identify that particular trait. And also there is deepfake, where I'll be diving into it very soon and understanding what it entails and how best we can work around it and how to detect deepfake in our systems now. And also AI as a defense. So 33% reduction in breach cost through AI-driven security. That is where IBM has a solution for that, where it helps us reduce the level of breaches within our AI system, within our systems, with the help of AI-driven security, and also automated threat detection and real-time response capabilities. This is why I mentioned the SIEM, which is the security event and information management, where it's able to detect any form of threats in real time and also give us response capabilities as well, where we can make sure we recover quickly and also try and mitigate any form of vulnerability or any form of threat that may attack our systems. And also gives us the predictive analysis and forecasting attack vectors. So when we are able to have the real-time responses and it's able to detect all the threats that we have, it gives us a predictive analysis, or it's able to forecast what can possibly happen and what cannot happen. So it gives us some form of threat intelligence. So this is where we have threat intelligence, and it gives us the whole idea of what exactly to expect and how best we can survive it, or what we can do for us not to get there. So AI is actually a good thing, and it can also double as a bad thing as well. It depends on how best we understand and the level of understanding, and also how we can work around it as individuals and also as organizations. So there are some emerging cybersecurity threats or trends to watch out for. It's actually trends. So we have the zero trust where we already talked about it, where we have the never trust, always verify approach. And also we have the supply chain vulnerability, where attacks exploiting third-party vulnerabilities continue to evolve. So we need to understand that it can happen to our third parties and also our supply chain environment, not necessarily our internal space, but it can happen to any form of evolving or any form of third-party engagements that we have with our clients or even with our family members. So quantum computing threat. So the fact that we have some level of quantum computing, there is still some vulnerabilities associated to it. So the quantum threat to current encryption demands proactive preparation. So whatever form of quantum that is complicated and cumbersome computing, there is still some level of threat associated to it. So we need to be cautious of that and be aware of it and make sure that whatever we do is encrypted and has some level of key management associated to that as well. So we have over here some strategic responses for building resilience in AI and beyond. So we have AI-enabled security operations, we have incident response readiness, we have attack surface management. So with the AI-enabled security operations, this is where our security operation systems or centers now use AI to automate alert triage, reduce false positive, and accelerate incident response times. So the whole idea of security operation systems is just to give an in-depth analysis of what exactly is happening within our system. So where we have the SIM running and all of that, any other tool that helps us to get real-time information and alerts on our systems and also on our devices as well. So they have enabled AI in this particular security operations centers. So where it's able to give AI automated alerts, it's also going to help us reduce the false positives, the ones that seem to be threats, but they are not threats. And also accelerate incident response time. So on a normal, we are going to use probably a couple of hours, let's say 5 hours to respond to a particular threat. AI is going to help us reduce it to as low as maybe 30 minutes or even 20 minutes to accelerate that particular threat. So it helps us accelerate the incident response times, meaning the recovery time is reduced and our business operations are running and it is effective as at the time of the disruption. Also, we have incident response readiness. So 88% of organization maintain incident response retainers. So this is where we have incidents that may affect our system. So with the evolution of AI or with the integration of AI in all our doings as an organization, it helps us have that level of confidence as high as 88% to be ready to respond to any form of incident. And also we have the attack surface management. This is where data security posture management and privilege access management are critical for shrinking attacks services. This is where we put structures in place to make sure that any form of access is being managed and managed very well. So we move on to the deepfake dilemma. So there are a couple of things that we've spoken about, but this is also very, very important because it is happening as we speak now. So the whole idea of deepfake is that you are going to pose as someone you are not and give out or request for a form of information from individuals that will be used against you. So there is a whole idea what we mean by deepfake. So deepfake are hyper-realistic AI generated videos, audios that depict people saying or doing things that never actually did happen. This synthetic media production leverage sophisticated deep machine learning languages or techniques involving autoencoders, GANs, which is generative adversarial networks, to create convincingly authentic content. So they are going to create content which seem to be real, but they are not real, with people that we believe can possibly give out that information. But when you look deeply, we are going to realize that when you access it deeply and very well, you are going to realize that this particular information or this particular statement that is being read or that is being said by this particular person is not real. So over here, there is a picture of Barack Obama, and there is a video out there on YouTube. Because of time, I would have shown that particular video where he's giving out an information or a statement to the
Video.
citizens. Hello? To US citizens about a particular information. So the technology best into, there's a statement down there, let me read it. The technology best into public consciousness within the infamous 2018 deepfake video by Barack Obama, which demonstrated the alarming potential of manipulating reality and raise global awareness about this emerging threat. So it gave out an information regarding a whole system or maybe a statement that was publicly speaking to a particular thing that was happening in US, and it was Barack Obama saying it, but in reality, he wasn't the one saying it. It was the use of this deep fake, which is AI generated. So a lot of people actually fell for it, and it was very, very serious. So that is the whole idea of deepfake, where videos, and there are a lot of videos now that are trending. We might not know who is speaking. Here in Ghana recently, our president, there was one video on our president, John Dramani, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, saying a couple of things that we realized that it was fake, but a lot of people didn't have the idea, so they bought into it and they fell for that particular video. So there are things that we need to understand about this whole deepfake thing. So this is how it works. So as I said earlier, it uses autoencoders. So this is where it compresses and reconstructs facial features and swap face convincingly between subjects. So it is able to pick the original person's face or the facial features of that particular person and convincingly create a similar thing as compared to the original. So it aligns the fake to the original and makes it look like it is original, but in real sense, it is not. And also uses the GANs, which is the generative adversarial systems. So it puts it in action where it is able to pick a generator which creates fakes, and also against the discriminator which detects fakes. So in here, it is able to clear out any form of doubt that you might have on the video. So it makes it look so real that it will be difficult for you to detect, and also gives out the results where the video and audio can fool even experts and automated detection tools, becoming virtually indistinguishable from the reality or the real. So these are some threats associated to deepfake. So in 2020, there's some form of social engineering. You can use it for social engineering, you can use it for election manipulations, and also you can also use it to identify thefts and fraud. So in 2020, a UK CEO was tricked into transferring 220 euros after receiving a deepfake voice call impersonating his superior. So this is something which is happening. So this is a clear evidence that there is some high level of threat associated to deepfake if you don't understand what exactly it is. And also we have election manipulation. So deepfake videos of political leaders like Trump, Zuckerberg, have emerged, spreading dangerous misinformation during critical democratic processes. So it can spread some form of information that you might think that this is what the political head is really, really, really saying, but in actual sense, it wasn't relayed by him, and is can possibly manipulate any form of elections that we have in in the country. And also, it is difficult to identify threats and fraud. So synthetic voices and faces are increasingly used to bypass biometrics. So any form of this deepfake can go a long way to even bypass biometrics. That's how serious it can be. And also facilitate financial crimes. So people impersonate people and use it to get some form of monies or fraud from people, fraud for fraudulent activities and all that. So it is not something um which is which is very, 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 very simple like that. It is a big deal, and we need to really, really understand what it is and make sure we work with it extensively and understand what it is and be able to identify. So the next thing is the growing accessibility problem. So in here, we are going to understand what is really causing it and how it is coming to light like this. So we have the democratization of technology. So we also have increased volume. We also have reduced production costs. So in here we have deep fake. So we have deep fake creation tools are now widely available online. So it is out there. You don't need any technical skill. You just have to be good with your prompting and you are good to go. You can have your video up and running. So it is something which is also a problem. Increased attack volume, this accessibility dramatically increases both the volume and variety of deepfake attacks across sectors. We also have the reduced production cost. It is not expensive. We just need some few CDs, some few naira, some few dollars, and we are good to go. And you can have your production up and running, and you have your video out there, and people are engaging in it and having or believing what exactly it's on there, which is very, very serious. So we have spoken extensively on what deepfake is, the threat associated with it, how it is happening, the evolution around it, and all that. So these are some common giveaways. So these are what we need to look out for when we are watching videos, any form of videos that we think is associated to deepfake. So we'll have the first one is unnatural face distortions or irregular blinking patterns. So we are all humans. We know how our facial will look when human beings speak some way or say or mention a particular word. The moment we are not seeing that, and we are seeing a lot of distortions, and we are seeing a lot of blinking, because it gives that away anytime. It can't be perfect. So there'll be irregular blinking. There are some that will be regular, but definitely the facial there. It's either the person speaking more or the movement of the lips might give it away, might give the person away. And also we have inconsistent lightning and shadow effects. So there'll be some form of lightning around, which is not very common like that, but it happens in some cases. And anat- we also have anatomical anomalies like extra fingers and distorted hand. We are going to we are going to be very, very mindful of something. So we know we have 5 fingers. Every human has 5 fingers. Yes, we could have people with some medical issues but in this case, you could have maybe 2 fingers, a couple of fingers together. The movement is also distorted. The hands are distorted. Maybe an arm is not there. It's being put at a lot of things that we can look out for when we are watching these videos and also listening to the audios. You should be mindful. It will sound too real and it will sound very, very straightforward and also very, 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 very professional. Like it will give it away. You should be very, very mindful of all those stuff. So audio visual synchronization issue. So since it's videos mostly, the audio and then the visual should be aligning. So since it is not aligning, it's not synchronizing, that means there is something in there. So the person can see a word, but the movement of the lip is saying something else. So we just have to be very, 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 very conscious about it and very, very vigilant because it can happen to anybody. Nobody is exempted, whether the tech experts, the normal people, the people in any form of industry. So this is just an awareness and we are bringing to you now for you to understand what exactly it means and how best we can go about it and what to look out for in terms of deep fake. So in here, we are going to talk about some defense strategies that is going to help us protect ourselves or also our organization. The first one is education and awareness. That is what exactly we are doing. So we are making people aware of what exactly is happening. So we have to foster a culture of healthy skepticism. So we have to be skeptical about a lot of things. We shouldn't be giving things, we shouldn't be open to anything like that. We need to think through whatever we do. We should be aware of what exactly is happening around us. Privacy controls. We need to tighten our social media privacy and limit online personal data exposure to reduce attack and surface area. So with regards to our social media, now everybody puts anything out there. Everybody puts their location, setting on your location, putting personal information out there. It is risky. That's what we need to understand. It is risky. A lot of people post a lot of things we think it's joke. But in an actual sense, people are monitoring you and knowing what exactly is happening in your life. Yes, you can post, but you should be mindful of what exactly you put out there, what information that you give out there. Any form of data exposure that you put out there should be limited and it shouldn't directly affect you in the long term or even in the short term. We also have digital monitoring. So use watermarks or images are set up alerts to monitor your digital likeness across all platforms. So we have organizations. This is for organizations. So we need to be distinct from others. We need to be unique from others. So we need to make sure that we have our watermarks in there. We have our logos, our trademark signs, so that it doesn't look very ordinary to anybody and also makes us different from others as well. And also we have our authentication protocols. So this is where we implement the multi-factor authentication whilst remaining aware of deepfake vulnerabilities in biometric systems. So the fact that we are giving out or we are employing or deploying or implementing multi-factor authentication, we should be aware that deepfake is able to bypass biometric systems one way or the other. So the fact that we are doing or we are implementing that, we should be assuming breach anytime and be making sure of any form of recovery and in quick successions. Yes, so that brings me to the end of my session for today. It's time for questions, clarifications, and any add-ons that you want to put out there. So I'm open for questions now. So
Hello, Mr. Godwin, thank you so much for this section. It was quite insightful. I mean, I learned a lot concerning the deep fake and all that. Thank you so much. So before we proceed, right, we are going to have our 10 minutes break, okay? Between 10 to 15 minutes break, and then within this break we are going to ask questions for our trainer. If you have any questions, please go ahead. If you want to go and take a bottle of water, a cup of coffee, try and stretch, please feel free to do that. Please feel free to do that. So please, it's time for questions. If you have any question, if you have any clarifications, please, our trainer is still on the call. Please feel free to ask questions.
Hello, please, I have a question.
Wonderful.
Good morning, hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Hello, good morning, sir. Hello, can you?
Hello. I think one by
I
one,
can.
please. Sorry, one by one.
Moderator, can you just call names?
Call names. Then when you call names, then somebody can just ask the question.
Okay,
I think
that's fine, please.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm seeing Mike Israel. Please, your hand is up. Can you please?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so thank you so much, and especially Ayola, and for putting this together. I actually attended the cohort 3, but this program is always irresistible. That's why I had to join again. My question is on deep fake. I there's what we call delay mechanism in broadcasting. Delay mechanism in broadcasting, especially when you are doing live. So when the program is recorded, how do we now? Sometimes there's always a time lag, okay, between the actual live program and so that if there are issues, it could be edited before being archived. How do we now identify whether this one is deep fake or is actually the real program? Because there's always a time, a lag time, called delay mechanism. That's my question. Hello.
Yeah, sorry, I was speaking on mute. So I didn't get the last part very well. So if you can just
Okay,
make the
so
last part again.
in broadcasting, there's what we call delay mechanism.
Okay,
Okay, yeah. So how do we reconcile delay mechanism and deep fake? How do we identify that? Okay, this thing is not deep fake. It's just a
delay.
exactly.
Okay. So first we need to understand what is the cause of the delay. Do you have any idea what causes the delay? Because from what I know, most of the delays are from maybe outdated solutions or maybe softwares that you use. So you haven't done any form of patches or any form of updates in those particular softwares, or they are outdated. So we need to first take care of that. And when we are able to take care of that, and it still gives us that delay, I doubt it will give us that delay. So we should make sure our systems are or our solutions are updated and all form of patches are fixed and all that. We wouldn't be getting that particular delays because it's
Okay.
something which is normal. I hope you are getting me.
Yes, I do. But what I'm trying to say is that in broadcasting,
Yeah.
especially in live session, okay, the,
Sorry, hello. Hello.
hello.
Please, sorry. Can I say something on this issue?
Okay,
Okay,
go
go
ahead. Go
ahead.
ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is a wonderful presentation, and I really appreciate it. So that's why I always want to be on the call. And so actually, yeah, if I may respond to, if I understand the question about the delay mechanism, I think those giveaways that already provided for us in the class, it's already cleared everything. Because as a human, we are all human beings. We need to use human psychology. That is why in insider threat mitigation or defect mitigation, we need to have that psychology training at least to understand all these, signs. Because you have already mentioned about maybe outdated. Are not compatible with. But hello.
We're in a noisy environment, please.
Okay, sorry, can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes, please go ahead. We
Hello?
can hear you.
So I think we need to have that support. So with this, I think even if the system are not compatible, maybe it's a system you have different components, coming together to work as a system. So even if they are not compatible, I think also that delay is possible. But for you to understand delay is giving in those giveaways. As a human beings, we know how things supposed to behave. But when we observe some unusual behaviors that is beyond human imagination that we know as human beings, I think we now suspect that there is such issues attached to that system. So this is just what I wanted to add on these issues. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Samaila. Please, let's try and be brief with our questions so that because we have quite a number of people that also want to ask, questions. So please, let's try and be brief so that we could, go with the time allocated for question and answers, right? So Tosin, please, I see your hand up. Please, if you have any question, please mute and on speak and speak, sorry.
I have a
Good
question, sir.
morning, Ma. Good morning, sir. Good
Hello,
morning, sir.
good afternoon.
Yes. Yeah, good afternoon, rather. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah, Mr. Godwin, thank you for the knowledge you've given to every one of us. My
oh my
question goes
goodness.
thus.
Ah,
Oh, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello? Yeah. So from the deep fake or identification, I really understand better. But my question is that can the fingerprint be faked also? Because basically we've learned that the voice or a person's voice can be faked. Likewise, the facial aspect of it can be fake. And under multi-authentication, I've learned that we use passwording. So the question is that can the fingerprint be fake also? Thank you very much, sir. Hello?
Yeah, hello. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the question. So, yes, the fingerprint can be faked. So, in here, I even made mention of our biometrics being vulnerable. I want to get that particular slide. Yes, so deepfake cybersecurity threat. So we have synthetic voice and faces being faked and all that. And we can bypass biometric systems as well. So yes, there is a possibility that deepfake can help people bypass any form of biometric systems. So this is where our fingerprints and all those biometrics comes in play. So it is vulnerable. Our biometrics are vulnerable to deepfake now. So it is not something related to just voices and faces. So yes, it is vulnerable to that as well.
Okay, and
Thank you
please,
very much.
Tosin, please, I see your hand up. Please, unmute and speak.
okay. Thank you so much for having me. So my question is, what are the practical measures to deal with AI deepfake issues like this in the cyberspace? What are the practical measures? Like, what are the tools to deal with them?
What are the tools to deal with
Yeah,
deepfake?
AI related cyber threats or vulnerabilities.
Okay. So first, before we get to the tools, we should first understand what we are talking about. So with regards to deepfake, we came up with some giveaways over here. So without the tool, we can still use our complete knowledge on what it is. So over here, we have the facial distortions and all that. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, so first,
Stop it.
we need to understand what the whole ideally is. Then we should first look out for the videos where we have the facial distortions and all that. And also, there are tools, like you said. So there are a couple of tools that you can use. So they are all AI tools, funny enough. They are all AI tools. So we can leverage tools like Sensity AI. So it's an AI tool that you can use to detect deepfake. So deepfake already is an AI whole inception and all that, but we still use AI to detect it. So some can pass, some cannot pass. So there is a possibility that the tool you'll be using might flag it. There is a possibility that the tool you'll be using might not flag it and make you believe it is real. So the whole idea is, whilst you are using the tool, you should also understand what the whole thing is, and also look out for the common giveaways like these. So there are tools like Reality Defender as well. So these are all AI tools. There's a tool like Hive. So these are like the three common ones that you can be using to check for deepfakes. But using the tool, you should still understand what you are looking out for. So when the tool is unable to flag it, you'll be able to understand what it is, because it's AI. AI is not 100% correct. It wouldn't give you everything 100%. So there's a possibility it can fail you. There's a possibility it can help you detect it. So yeah, that's the whole idea.
We've all learned about top 10 OWASP. Top 10 OWASP. Can somebody on the call quickly tell me why you've been learning about the top 10 OWASP quickly? You can just unmute your call and tell me why you've been learning about the top 10 OWASP. Quickly, I need somebody to assist me. Why do you think we've learned about top 10 OWASP? I remember the first trainer spoke about it, the second trainer too spoke about it, the third trainer too spoke about it. So why do you think we needed to know about the top 10 OWASP or OWASP top 10? Can somebody help me? You can unmute yourself or you can send it in the chat room. Quickly, quickly. Somebody should assist me. Quickly.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good luck.
Yeah, from the little knowledge I know and from what the class has been on OWASP, I believe OWASP highlights the top 10 vulnerabilities in the cyberspace, like yearly. I think they normally update their vulnerability, what's it called now? The updates on the cyberspace yearly.
The common
And I
vulnerabilities
think,
that
yes,
occurs.
the common vulnerabilities
Okay,
yearly.
thank you.
And
Thank you.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, that is the only answer to it. So, top 10 OWASP, OWASP. Top 10 OWASP is Open Web Application and Software Platform. Yes. So I'll do something. I'll try to send the link to the group now. So in case you don't have it. So quickly take 1 minute to be able to quickly pick up the attendance. Don't forget that you must not uh share this particular code on the group. If you share it on the group, you are going to be automatically kicked out. So don't be kicked out, please. Ensure you use your code and you are done with it. Quickly, in 1 minute, everyone quickly fill in the attendance. Fill in the attendance. Everyone, quickly do that. So I said ensure that you open up your system, start up your system, we're going to be doing some practicals here this afternoon. So this particular task we're going to be doing on the call this morning, we're going to be using Zap, we're going to be using anyone, it's going to be random, you're going to be using Zap, you're going to be using Kali Linux, you're going to be using Scan and other tools that you've been using. I think you've been taught up to like 4 or 5 tools during the course of this particular training. So everybody pay attention to that quickly and let's do that. So in the chat room now, go to the chat room, everybody. Go and write there that your device is ready. Just type ready Quickly, put into the chat room. Just type ready. Just type ready. Then I'm going to give the task for everybody. Thank you very much. Good. I'm waiting. I want a larger amount of people to tell me they are ready. Great. Good. 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 Thank you very much. Okay, I think I have um how many people now? So I need 7 more people to go. Good. I need 6 more people. 6 more people to confirm that they are ready for this particular task this morning. I need someone to tell me good. I need 4 more people. Good. I need three. I need three. Good. Two more people. Good. The last person. Good. So quickly go to the chat room again. I'm just dropping the link that you are going to be using for this morning vulnerability and assessment scanning. Don't forget, we have help today. So let's make use of the help that is available. So look at it, everybody. I've sent it to your screen. So I need everybody to use one of the tools to be able to attack this particular uh, endpoint or probably this particular URL. Start now. So let me know when you are ready. Quickly, when you are done. I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm not going to be showing you anything here for now. So I've sent in the link in the chat room. Everybody attack this particular site and look for the vulnerabilities that are on it. I'm going to call some people at random so that you are going to be able to share your screen quickly. Okay, so while we do that, if you started, you can go back to the chat room and tell me that I'm on it. I'm on it. So I'm going to be able to pick some people at random. Okay, no, don't do that. Tell me the application you are using to be able to attack this particular endpoint quickly. I need somebody that has started already. So go to the chat room, go there and attack with either Zap, either either Zap, either Kali good, either Hostess can good. I can see Joy, Zap, I can see Vanessa. Nobody should talk, please. Nobody should talk. I can see Vanessa. Okay, please let's start. If you have started your own, okay. If you have started your own, just put in the chat room the particular application you are using to be able to attack this particular site. Okay, good. Quickly, everybody. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Nobody should talk. Just go to the chat room and do what you're supposed to do. Just follow instruction. Use any of the tools that you've good. Somebody said is using good. You're using pen test tool. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, it's nobody's using Kali Linux. Quickly, everybody, let's see. Don't worry, there's help today. Good. Mohammed, thank you very much. Good. Temlolua hosted. Okay, Mohammed, please kindly share your screen. Mohammed, kindly share your screen. We're going to be sharing our screen at interval. Mohammed, Mohammed Obalolua, kindly share your screen. Everybody gets to work. Everybody gets to work. Yes, everybody gets to work. Tell me the application you are using to be able to attack this particular endpoint. If you're having challenge, let me know in the chat room the challenge that you are having. Don't talk. Nobody should unmute themselves. Please. Don't worry, you will get the attendance code. Okay, Mohammed, can you share your screen? Is it possible you share your screen, Mohammed? I'm waiting, Mohammed, for your yes, that's the URL itsecgames.com itsecgames.com itsecgames.com. Okay, I'm waiting. Okay, if Mohammed is having challenge, Emmanuel Kipserem, can you kindly share your screen instead? Quickly. Emmanuel Kipserem, Can you share your screen quickly? Okay, I think the two of them are having challenge to share their screen. I need somebody. Okay, I have Carl Isaka Felix. Can you share your screen quickly? Okay. Don't worry, Manuel will attend to you shortly. Isaka Felix, can you share your screen? Okay, if you are having challenge to be able to know what to do, you need to go back to go and watch the previous videos on our YouTube. We are here for hands-on and to help people solve challenges. I'm not going to be able to go back to the last classes, please. Don't worry, we have the last classes on all the YouTube except the last, sorry, the previous class except the last one, which we are going to make sure that we are able to fix. Today we had challenge, trying to upload it. So by today and tomorrow, we'll be able to fix the last class for everyone to be able to use. Okay, okay. Everybody, I'm waiting. Everyone using Kali is not they're not showing up. Okay, let's quickly go to someone using uh Zap. Joy Anua. Can you quickly show me your screen? Can you?
Okay, sir. I'm joined with my phone, but my laptop, I'm using my laptop for the attack. So I don't know how I can possibly show my screen this
Okay.
way.
No, I think somebody has already started already. Somebody's already sharing the screen. Okay, thank you very much, ma, for that. No, I think somebody has already started and is currently attacking. So currently I can see three medium, medium, one eye, and zero information. Okay, keep on, keep it up, continue. Vanessa Bar Williams. Okay, you can stop sharing your screen, please. Thank you very much. This person, if better this. Okay, you can stop sharing your screen, please. Okay, Vanessa Williams, share your screen. Let me see. Let me see what you have in your screen. Let me see your dashboard quickly. Vanessa Williams, great, great. Don't worry if you don't know what to do. We're going to tell you what you need to do. Okay, okay. Then try. Hey, please share the link. It logged me out. Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Go to dashboard. Go to dashboard. Vanessa, please go to dashboard. Click on dashboard icon. Click on the dashboard icon. Am I still audible, Vanessa? Okay,
Yes, please, you are audible.
okay. Vanessa, are you there? Are you still there? Who's this person? Who's iPhone? Don't worry if you are here. If this is your first time, don't worry, you will get it. Currently, we are doing a practical class, and this particular class, we're not learning new thing. We only want to review our knowledge on what we learned in the past weeks. Yes, we only want to learn our knowledge in the past weeks. Just hold on, Ola. Okay, please, this iPhone person, don't let me remove you. Please kindly unshare your screen. Okay. Let me see another person using another tool. Good luck Ogivia. Are you there? Good luck Ogivia. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm
Okay,
here.
would you like to share your screen quickly?
Okay, let me try.
Okay. Don't worry, we are going to resolve everything. I want to believe that everybody have started scanning. So I believe we are currently 165 on the call. I expect that 150 people should be able to attempt this scanning at the end of the day. Do you understand? You want to ensure that you attempt this scanning at the end of the day. Yes. Okay. Because this shows that we've been following from day one to the last day. Okay. We're waiting. Good luck for you to share your screen quickly. No problem. Ola, you can surely, when it's your time, I think you're currently using the pen test tool. When it's your time, you can use your phone to share. Do you understand? As long as you know how to share your screen with your phone. Quickly, good luck. We're still waiting. We're still waiting. So if you are done scanning, just type done scanning. Just tell me done scanning. Who's this person? Isaka Felix. Isaka Felix, I've called you now. No, no, I want to see Kali. I want to see somebody using Kali. Okay. Okay, while we wait for good luck. Okay, good luck. Thank you very much. Good luck. Oh, Precious. Precious, which tool did you use? Okay, great. Okay, it's currently running. Can we see?
I use Pentex.
So you've not started attacking. Good luck. Hello, good luck. Kindly unmute your mic, please. You've not started attacking, right? Okay, great. Great. 99 square. Good. Benson Saga. Good. Okay. I'm not doing the kindly pardon. Okay. 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 Continue, please. Continue. Continue, continue, continue. Or do you need the help? Hello, good luck. Hello, good luck. You are muted. Okay. Don't worry. We'll come back to you. Good luck. We'll come back to you. Good luck. Let me see. I think uh Benson. Benson, kindly share your screen quickly. Let me see.
Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, Benson?
No, I think it's good luck that is talking. I actually need the command to start
Okay, okay, don't
running.
worry, don't worry. We'll come back to you. I thought you knew it already. Don't worry, we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Today's about
Okay, sir.
showing our skills. It's about showing our skills.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I have Benson. Okay, I have Benson. Okay, Benson. Okay, your screen is coming. Scroll down. Scroll down. Um. Okay, it's still scanning. It's still scanning. Okay.
Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen. I can see your screen. I noticed that you are still scanning, right?
I don't know. It's actually done. This is nmap scan,
Okay, okay, great, 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 great. Okay,
uh,
okay, don't
and this
worry.
is a
Keep
command.
your code, keep your screen like that. I will ask you to reshare again, please. Benson. Okay, so let me
Okay.
see others too quickly. Yes. So just on share, stop sharing your screen. I will ask others. Let me ask others too to share their screen. Let me see somebody that's using pen test 2. Pen test 2.
I'm
Ola,
using
share.
Pentex.
Okay, Precious. Ola, do you want to share your screen now? Okay, great. I'm seeing Ola now. Okay, I want to see. Some people have been saying they cannot use they don't have a laptop, they don't have, so you can see that you have the opportunity to use uh whatever tool, I get to me,
So,
that is accessible to your device. Do you understand? So Ola, we're waiting for you. Let's see. Let's see
so
the dashboard. Let me see the dashboard.
can you see it now, sir?
No, no, no. I'm just seeing the sharing screen. I can't see the browser.
Not showing now.
No, over it, as in over from this, and I'll probably use reshare again.
Okay. Let me show you again, sir.
Okay. Okay, why Ola is trying to do that, I think Precious wanted to share our own too. Precious, try to share your screen too.
Okay, I'm using a system.
Don't worry, share it, share it. I'll see it from here. Okay. So over ideas, good. Okay, good. We can see now. So go to your dashboard.
Can I see now, sir?
Yes, I can see your screen now, Ola. Go to your
Yeah.
dashboard. Dashboard.
So
Okay.
I actually use I'm actually using Painters too.
Yes, I've seen.
So
Go to your dashboard. Go to your dashboard. Yes.
okay, sir.
Okay. Good. 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 Is this for the link that I just shared?
Yes, sir. I did a new scan on the link you just said
Okay.
sent to me.
Okay. Beautiful.
So
Beautiful. Thank you. We'll come back to you
and
again. Don't worry, we'll come back
okay.
to you. We'll still talk. We're going to have a discussion. I want to ensure that everybody uh, has already done this. Don't forget, I said I also have another consultant on the call who's going to be able to solve a lot of problems today and help us be able to interpret
Okay.
some of the things that we see in our results. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? That will be able to help us to see what we have in our results. Okay, Precious, you too. Quickly share your screen. I'm still waiting for people that have done. Okay.
Okay. Mm, Sorry. Oh, how did I know this? Sorry, my screen is broken. Hey, okay. I'm
Joy,
using
okay, great.
Pinterest.
Okay. Go to the
Sorry.
dashboard, go to the dashboard or some findings. Okay, scroll up. Okay, scroll down a little bit. No, go to, okay, scroll down. Let me see. No, move your screen to the right. No, no, no. Go up. Okay, now scroll down a little bit.
Okay.
I'll see the dashboard. Scroll down.
Bye.
Okay, okay, I can see it now. Okay, you have 7 in total, 1 medium follow, 2 informational. Are you done or is still scanning? Is it all done or is it scanning?
It's done.
Okay,
Just coming again.
okay, beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, now thank you very much, everyone that have tried to share their screen. I have a reason for doing this today. Most of the time, after we finish, training like that, we don't have the opportunity to be able to, ask different questions, what you need to do, and how to be able to do it. So, firstly, let's start with Kali Linux. Do you understand? And I'm very sure I was told that a lot of people were still having challenge with installation of Kali Linux uh in their Windows environment, in their Windows environment. So now what I want to do quickly is that I need somebody that is confident of himself that can do a walkthrough. Don't forget I have Mr. Uh, Clifford on the call who is going to be guiding us. But I want somebody that is one of us, who is not one of the consultants, that is confident, that can tell everyone how to be able to, install Kali Linux in less than 2 minutes. Is somebody like that here? Let me see your hand up quickly. I need somebody that is confident, that can help others who have not been able to. Okay, Fidelis, thank you very much. Is your system ready?
Hello, sorry to interrupt. Good morning.
Good morning, Fidelis.
No, not Fidelis. My name is Timmy.
Okay,
Yeah, so I did a port scan on Linux, just the basic nmap scan for only port 80 and 443 because of
okay,
time, because the scan was taking a bit too long. So I'm speaking based off of the fact that we were sharing our screens earlier. So do I still
okay.
have an opportunity to show or?
Okay, but
Maybe
what's your
just let
name,
me know.
please? That's why we said you change your device name so that I'll be able to identify you.
Yeah,
What's your name,
yeah.
please?
Okay, Temilolua.
Temlolo. Okay, I'll call you
Temilolua.
back,
That's my name.
Temlolo, please, shortly. I'll call you
Okay,
back.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Temlolo. Okay. Um, Christopher, do you want to talk? Do you want to tell people how to do that quickly? Or Noel, who is confident enough? I need somebody who is confident enough. Okay, Temitope said he used YouTube videos. Temitope, you can post the link that helped you in the chat room quickly. The YouTube video that helped you in the chat room quickly. Okay, Christopher, you want to talk? Hello, Christopher, are you there?
Can I talk?
Yes, you can talk. Okay, Noel, you can talk.
Okay, so with the Kali Linux, we have different versions. We
Okay.
have the one you can install directly on your system. We have the one that you can use on a bootable drive directly if your PC, let's take, you want to work anonymously using a PC that you can dispose. We also have that. And then we also have one that you can run alongside your Windows. That one comes when you go to the Microsoft App Store, you see it there. So currently, what I'm using is the one in the Microsoft App Store.
Okay. Can you quickly walk everybody through that in a minute? Can you share your screen and show them how you're able to install it via Microsoft App Store quickly?
Okay, so let me share the screen and then show you.
Okay, Mr. Clifford, please can you hear me, sir? Please continue, Noel. Mr. Clifford, are you there?
So let me share the screen.
Great.
I'm coming. Give me a second.
So if you have been having challenge with installing Kali Linux on your Windows, kindly pay attention. Do you understand? Kindly pay attention now. And some people are rendering help already in the chat room. This is what we are here to do. Good, well done, good luck. Okay, okay, I'm waiting for your screen, please, Noah.
So can you guys see my screen?
It's coming up. It's coming up. Okay, now
Okay,
I can
so
see you now. Great. So everybody, please kindly pay attention.
so let me see. When you go to the App Store, um, when you go to the Microsoft Store, if in case you don't want any long process where you are now going to the Kali site to download the whole file, you can go to the App Store, then you type in, oh God, my network. You can go to the App Store, then you type in just Kali Linux. When you type it in, it will show for you to download. After you are done downloading, I really wish this thing could show, so I'll show you guys. But originally, when you go to the Microsoft Store, just type in Kali Linux. It's going to show for you to download. After you are done downloading it, just go to the app that you've so for me, this is it. When you install it, this is how it's going to show. So when you open originally, this is how it's supposed to show. But if you want the graphic user interface where it's going to, when you want the graphic user interface where it's going to show up like an actual Kali environment, you first type in sudo apt update. Good. So you first type in this sudo apt update. and this is going to update your the makeshift Kali system that you've already installed with the necessary tools. Then after you are done doing that, you just do the sudo apt install WinKex. So after you're done doing this as well, this one is going to after you're done doing this is going to give you the graphic user interface that will be able to that will allow you to interact with the Kali Linux app that you've installed, just like how you'll be interacting with your Windows system. So for me, pardon?
Please proceed. Proceed. Nobody's interrupting. Please proceed.
Okay, so for me, I've already done this. So there's no need for me to do this. But in case you still want to see it, you can copy this code. Please, this is the first one that you are going to do. This will update your system. Then the second one here, which is the sudo apt install calikex. This one is going to give you the graphic user interface. They are two separate commands. Please don't add them. So after you are done with this and the installation and download is done, you can just type in, kex like this. Then for if you start afresh, it's going to ask you to create a password. I've already created my password, so I just need to enter it. And after I'm done entering it into it, it's going to take a while for it to load. But after it's downloading, you see that a graphic user interface is going to show for me. So currently it's still loading, so I'm waiting. Good. So after I'm done, after I'm done typing that command and the load, everything is downloading. This is how everything shows now. I can still use my Windows system. Sorry. I can still use my Windows system, as you can see. This just gives me a graphic user interface in my kernel that will allow me to interact with the Linux app that I've downloaded easier. So over here, as you can see, this one is a bit limited, but it still has the necessary tools that you'll be using. So when it comes to service, exfiltration, command and control, discovery, all those tools are there. So currently, that's what I've been using. So
Okay.
please, I'm done.
Thank you very much. No, don't stop. Don't stop. So now, don't stop there. Try to be able to attack
Okay.
that particular site now with your UI quickly.
Okay.
So I expect that if you have been having challenge since the beginning of this class, so you have the opportunity to be able to be able to fix it now. You have the opportunity to be able to fix it now. So continue, please, Noah.
Okay. It seems I've not downloaded this tool yet. Okay, let me see if I can go to the site.
I think no, don't worry.
Yeah.
That's is it cockerel or chicken or what is that? We are going to make sure that we share it on this call.
Okay. Sorry for the disturbance.
No, you're welcome. Can you
So
imagine?
currently, because this is let me say, it's not a full system, you are not going to have all the necessary tools that you need. So in case you're searching for a tool and then it's not there, you can download it, or if you know a website, you can use that site to let me say, you can oh god, you can use that
I
site
think
to
that
do
chicken is
whatever
intentional. It's intentional
you
about
say.
what's happening. Okay, please proceed. Proceed, please.
Okay.
Proceed. Proceed.
Okay. So currently, please, what are we attacking exactly?
Okay, I gave you a site the other time. I gave you a site. Okay, somebody please let me repost it on the chat room for him. Okay, I already sent it to you now. So I want you to do a complete run through.
Ma-
Okay, or while you try to fix that, let me allow another person to also. Okay, sorry, I had a network interference. So now, what I'm trying to say is that while Noel tried to get that up for himself, let me quickly allow. There's somebody that was using Tamux. Who's that? I saw that person now. It's Mazi. It's Mazi. So for those people that want to scan using what's it called? Kali Linux on their phone. It's Mazi. Are you there? Please, can you quickly unmute your mic so everybody can be able to see quickly? It's Mazi. There was another person also that chatted me up some times ago. If you're on the call, you can just quickly unmute your mic and just speak to me. I've forgotten that person. It's Mazi. Are you there? It's Mazi. Are you there? Oh my God. It's not on the call. Okay, okay, okay. Noel, are you ready back? Hello, Noel. Are you ready? Hello, Noel. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. It seems I'm having network issues here.
Oh, sorry, sorry. Okay, so try to finish up. Try to run the scan and let people see you. So we'll stop that from there quickly.
Okay, I'm trying to share the screen.
After this session with Noel, I want who's this? Joy Anua to get ready to share her screen. Joy Anua, I want to get ready to share your screen. I hope you are using a laptop.
Still giving me the same issue.
Okay, we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. So, I think you've really solved a lot of problems for people that are having challenge to be able to install on their Windows. I think from there, I don't know, is Mr. Clifford, are you on the call? I don't know, maybe he's also having network challenge. Okay, Joel Anua, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Let me share
Okay,
my
please share
screen.
your screen, please. This is for people that want to use Zap. People that want to use Zap to be able to, run their scan. Everybody, you must try this today. So, if you want to use Zap, I'm going to send the link to be able to download OWASP Zap. I'm sending it to you now. I'm sending the link to everybody. If you have not yet downloaded the OAuth app, it's very easy, and all you need to do is to ensure that you have Java runtime environment, installed on your uh, on your on your system. And if you want to check, you can go back to if you don't know whether you have Java runtime, if you don't have Java runtime already, ensure that you go to your time what's it called? Please, Joy, quickly go to your command prompt, please.
A
Your
command
Please
CMD,
share the
prompt.
link again.
CMD. Just search CMD. Yes, you can also check Zap on Kali too. So just go to your start menu and search CMD.
Jamila,
So
please, the link
also um, these tools, I don't know how to navigate through it.
Sorry, who's talking? If you want to
Hello,
talk,
sir, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Good. So I said, what you do for
Okay,
me, what you do for me, don't worry, just hold on. What you need to do for me now is go to your start menu on Windows.
okay, my start name.
Yes,
Okay,
search. Yes, search for CMD. Just type CMD.
okay,
Okay, good. So type Java, JAVA.
yeah, I've typed it. It's
Yes,
just slow.
space.
The network is.
Yeah, don't worry. Space. Yeah, dash, double dash, dash dash. Okay, version. Okay, enter. So this will help us to know whether Java is installed. Can you see? So she currently has Java on her system. So if you don't have Java installed on your system, you'll be having problem to be able to install the Zap application on your system. Do you understand? And if you are also using Linux, so you need to go back, to the YouTube and see how I won't be able to take time to be able to show you how to do that. But for those people using Windows, which consists of larger number of people for today, I will have to ensure that you all try to, get it right. Thank you very much. So you can close this command prompt quickly, please. So once you are done with that, you'll be able to launch your what your you'll be able to launch your Zap proxy. So let's quickly look at what you are doing. So show people how to be able to attack a an endpoint quickly. Joy.
Okay, so when I open my Zap already installed, so
Wait,
it brought up this
you can
screen.
close and reopen it and start again.
Okay,
Okay. Just click on
try
OK.
to close.
Click on OK, OK, OK.
I can see that. Okay. So it's shutting down.
Yes.
Okay, so on my desktop, I have Zap here. So when I click Zap, it's opening. It's fine. So it's loading now. It's loading, yeah, it's loading.
Problem.
So and then it brings up this question. So I choose no.
Great.
I Yeah, so start.
Great.
So I'm doing an automated scan.
Great.
I clicked automated scan and then I input the web link given to us. Oh, sorry, let me get the link. It's
IT set games.
sorry, sir, you said it's
Let me send it to you. I'm sending it to you.
okay, let me pick it from here. I actually have it in my copy.
See the chat room already.
Okay, so itsetgames.com.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so I have attack here. I didn't change any settings here. So the default settings what I'm using. So I'll just click attack. It has started attacking.
Accessing your okay, beautiful. So thank you very much, Joy. That's it's as simple as let's say ABC. Do you understand? So there's some other things that you need to do whenever you have, you are trying to scan ports and some other things. You have to go to your tools, go to your options, go to your network settings. If you watch last week videos, you find out that you'll be able to see how to be able to, scan ports too. Do you understand? Because you have to open those ports to be able to scan them. So thank you very much. I'll do something again for Joy. I'll call you back, Joy, in a few minutes. So let me quickly attend to others too. So for those people that want to scan, detect any form of vulnerability on any uh application, any web applications, and any form of endpoints, this is all you need to do on Zap by default. Do you understand? By default. But what Joy just did now is she just used, the normal active scanner. So because we need to learn how to be able to use the Ajax Spider, which is the one that goes deep into that particular application and fetch out every form of vulnerability. Thank you very much, Joy, for that. So let's go to pen test. I hope you guys are following one after the other. Remember, I said today that one of the things we're going to be doing is that everybody on the call will be able to attempt all the tools that has been, used from the first day, to this current day. So let me get somebody that uses pen tests quickly. Pen tests. Who's that? Somebody I called somebody the other time. Uh, coming. Um, 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 coming. Okay, Ola, are you ready? Ola, so use your phone. Can you retry it? Can you kindly use your phone to be able to, rerun the test again? Okay, Elijah wants to show his screen. Okay, no, I'll call you Elijah, please. I'll call you. I'll call you Elijah. I'll call you. I'll call you, please. Okay, don't worry. Hold on. Continue, Elijah, please. Okay, so you want to talk? I'll mute your mic, Elijah Kijangas. Kijanga or Kijangas. Quickly, unmute your mic and speak, please, Elijah. No, Ola, hold on. Ola, hold on. Ola, hold on. Yeah. Kijanga, please, quickly. So, because we have to also talk about interpreting our vulnerabilities. Do you understand? And I'm going to speak on that, in a very short while, quickly. Okay, Kijanga, are you there? Please, let's be fast. If I mention your name, you need to just quickly try to be able to bring it up quickly. Okay, Ola, please proceed. Ola, proceed quickly. So if you are following, let me see your response in the chat that you are following. If you are following, let me just see your response in the chat room. Let me see how the class is going from your own side. Quickly, everybody, go to the chat room. Let me see how the class is going from your own side. So, Ola, thank you very much, Ola. You can unmute your mic, Ola, please.
So, can you hear me, sir? Can you see?
Very, very clearly. Thank you very much.
So I actually sign up and log in, and I think that's very simple thing to do. So after logging in, then I come here to my to use my menu, which is at the top bar. Then press on your scan, my network. So it's going to show us so many things we can do with our pen test tools. There is spot scanner, website scanner, network scanner, so many things. So you ask us to check for vulnerabilities, which is like port scanning, to check for open ports. So I click on port scanner.
No, go back. Go to website scanner. Website scanner.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
So
Okay.
then I will input my URL here. Let me check for the URL in this.
ITsec games.
Okay, sir. So Then you don't need to change any settings. Then start scan.
So allow me paste that pen test application is app.pentesttools.com. So quickly let me paste that URL in the chat room so that all those that need to also try it, they can be able to use it. So that's the third tool we are using for today. That's the third tool we are using for today. So we've used Kali, we've used Zap, we've used pen test tool, right? So great. Thank you very much, Ola, for that. So while that continues to scan, because I would like us to share or quickly talk about how to generate, the reports, quickly because it is your report that you need. Then we're going to be closing the today's class. Do you understand? Because you need to know how to be able to get those reports and how to be able to interpret it for developers, for application designers, front-end developers, and every other person that are developing applications, or your network engineers, or whoever is in charge of that particular applications. You need to be able to interpret those vulnerabilities to them. You need to be able to interpret those vulnerabilities to them. So quickly, let's move to the last two. Let's move to the last two. That is hosted scan. I think somebody wanted to, whoever want to share a screen, just one person, quickly share your screen quickly. Let me see your screen. Let me look for somebody. Yeah. But if you want to share your screen, you are using hosted card. Okay, Vanessa. Vanessa, quickly share your screen. Vanessa, are you there? Hello, Vanessa, are you there? Okay, let me get another person. Maybe Vanessa stepped out of the call. Let me look for. Okay, Temilolu. Okay, Christopher. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, Christopher. Okay, great. So, Christopher, you can unmute your mic and tell everybody how you were able to get to this particular place quickly. Okay, Christopher, proceed, please. I'm not sure Christopher's mic is okay. I think this is the second time I'm trying to call him. Majesty, are you there? Hello, Majesty. Can you quickly unmute your mic? Hello, Majesty. Are you there? I need somebody. I don't want to do it myself. I want people on the call to show everybody in the class. Do you understand? Majesty, are you there? Okay. Who wants to try again? Hosted scan. Quickly. Who wants to show us how to be able to, carry out the scan using hosted scan? Quickly. I need somebody. Time is going. I want to leave here by exactly 1. I want us to.
Let me try.
Okay, please. Precious. Proceed, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, my screen is can you see my screen?
Okay, proceed, please.
Yes, sir. So here I will put the URL. That's
Okay, should I help you share my screen so that you'll be able to explain? Is that okay?
okay, sir.
Okay, okay.
No
So,
problem,
so
sir.
that it's very convenient
Thank
for you to be able to um so if you need the URL to the hosted scan, I've posted it on the chat room quickly. So everyone that needs the URL. You have it in the chat room already. So um, I'm sharing my screen for Precious, only Precious, so not for everybody. Okay. Okay, I'm here, Precious.
So, sir, you input the URL, that box that is showing enter a URL, IP address, or host name. So you input the URL. It's sec http://itsec.com.
Okay, I've inputted it. What should I do next?
And look, sir, can you hear me?
Yes, what should I do next? What should I do
Okay.
next?
Then, okay, you try now.
Great.
It's supposed to bring where you input, you now put your email address.
Address, yeah.
Then you click try now.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Then
Uh,
you go to your try
you send
now.
a mail to your email address, right? To
Yes,
see your,
yes. Then
okay,
you go to your Gmail.
okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I will have to stop my screen so that you will be able to see my Gmail address. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay, I'll go to my Gmail. I'm trying to open up that particular uh hold on, it's loading here. Hold on. Sorry, 1 second. My email is please let me use another email, please. Let me use another email. I'm having challenge with that email. Um, okay.
Sunny.
I'm coming. I'm trying to use another email. Okay, great. So let's do this again. Let's do this again. Okay, please confirm you can see my screen. Where's Precious?
Not
Precious,
yet.
can you see my screen now? Okay.
No.
So I
Okay,
need,
it's started
yeah, I
showing.
need this.
Yes, sir.
Then I need the email. Okay. So I need to try
Yes,
now.
sir.
Yeah. Okay. So it will have sent a mail to me. Don't worry. Okay. I have it here now. So can you see? Sign in to
Yes, sir.
continue.
You click on it, then sign in
Yes.
to
Sign in to
continue.
continue. So hold on, my page load. Okay, can you see it now? So normally, when is this supposed to end? It's supposed to show you. It's not supposed to bring you directly. It's supposed to ask you to go to, okay.
Yes.
Okay, no. It's still logging as somebody else. Hold on. Hold on. Supposed to take me to the dashboard directly, not to go and start.
That is because
Okay,
that's
okay, great
because you
now.
have used
Yes, I've
before.
I've entered a URL initially. So
Yes,
let's try it again, yeah.
that's why.
Happy sec. So um okay. I'm trying to do that because of people that are just okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, still same thing. Okay, sign in to continue. So let's just move on. So it's taking me to this particular news scan because it detected I've already used what's it called? That account before coming.
Before, yeah.
Yeah, let's hold on. Hold on. Okay. So, just hold on. Okay. Now if you go to dashboard, you won't see anything there because it found out that okay, thank you. So I have a lot of vulnerabilities. Okay, so look at everybody. This is the reason why it was not showing. So all you need to do is that once you click on the email, it's help you or send, where you are going to access your dashboard. It send it to you. Can you see? So it send it to you as an email. So once you see the email, it will ask you to go to your dashboard or sign in. So once you get to your dashboard, you'll be able to see the medium, low, and probably sometimes informational too. You might be able to see informational vulnerabilities too. So thank you very much, Precious, for that. Thank you very much, Precious, for that. Thank you very much. So on this particular site, I'm having 20 medium and 12 low. 20 medium and 12 low. Okay, quickly, everybody, let's quickly talk about, why do you really need to be able to understand these things? During the course of the week, I was speaking with application developers, software developers, and I was able to let them understand that one of the things that we as application developer do is that we don't put security first before we finally do what? We finally start designing our application. I showed them a lot of things, and at the end of the day, the question that came to my mind is that why is it that these things are not being taught at the fundamentals of maybe application development or not? So look at this: attackers, hackers, people that want to use your vulnerability to be able to access other people's infrastructure application. What they do is that they get all this vulnerability that you are scanning currently, from the application to databases to network to uh their cloud assets, everything. So what they want to do is that they ensure that those vulnerabilities are being used against them. So what do you need to do as a cybersecurity expert is to be able to help every person's, both developers, organizations, people that are using application, to be able to stay safe, are you getting me, in their environment. So what we do is that we carry out what? Vulnerability assessment and a lot of times penetration testing to be able to ensure that there's no form of vulnerabilities on every application that is being used. Let me quickly show you this. Look at this that I'm showing you on my screen now, everybody. Look at this. I said something and I tell them, I say, okay, look at this, everybody. Look at what I put here. I said that, do you know that the first line of attack, I get me, is the application layer? If an attacker wants to attack any application, want to attack any system, want to attack any infrastructure currently, the first thing that they do is the application layer. And it is your job as a cybersecurity expert to be able to ensure that that particular application layer is free of every form of attack. And how do you do that? Is to be able to ensure that you engage them in this vulnerability assessment that you've been taught in the past 1, 2, and 3, then today 4 weeks. You use all these tools to be able to get out those vulnerabilities that attackers can use against them. I said something. I said that OWASP always do what? Helps. I get me? And they document all modern attacks that is available on the web applications. So the reason why you have been seeing OWASP, I'm not sure you've seen common weakness exceptions. I can send you the link now after this. You know why we have all those things is because we want to document what are the common vulnerabilities that are available on applications, on web applications, on ports, on any form of endpoints. Do you understand? I also said this. Look at this, everybody. The reason why application layer is always very important. Number one, all modern systems, they have firewalls which are very strong. They have networks which are which are always segmented for network experts here, for those that does networking here, they understand what network segmentation means. That is to say, you don't just put all network together again. You put them based on their needs. You separate them based on how they need to be accessed. You don't just put everything lumped up together again. We ensure that you put them based on how they are needed to be connected, and you put enough firewalls to be able to ensure that there's no direct access. You know, you have a rule that help you to check whoever is trying to come into that particular environment. I would say that virtually all the infrastructure currently, they are being hardened. And when I say infrastructure are being hardened, it's because of one thing. Everybody, every application are always up to date. No organization want to leave applications without being up to date. So look at this. What do we mean by application layers? Quickly, I have to tell you this because most of you are still confused about why am I doing this? Why am I trying to, why am I scanning? What am I even scanning? Why do I have to scan? Do you understand? Application layer are the places that accept only users inputs. They accept only user inputs. Are you getting me? And when I say only user input, if we were here last week, you found out that the instructor was talking about, you know, your login pages, was talking about your search pages, was talking about your comment section and other places. Do you understand? Anywhere that I can put input, that is where attackers are always concerned about. Another thing that you need to also understand is that anywhere that has a business logic, if I go to my browser now and I press Ctrl U, it show me all the scripts of that particular application on that browser. If you use Zap, Zap will show you the details of the code directly. If you use any of the scanning tool that you've used, it will also show you the details of all the tools that are available. Then lastly is that any places in the application layers that connects databases and APIs. Do you understand? That connects databases and APIs. That connects databases and API. So let me quickly show you this before I move to the last section of this particular call this afternoon. Before I move to the last, whereby everybody allow you to, speak up, ask questions. You need to understand that 30% of breaches involve third parties. So 97% of app uses open source components. It is your job as a cybersecurity expert to be able to ensure that all those open source components, they are being properly vetted, they are being properly scanned, and they are being properly mitigated against every form of attacks or vulnerabilities that's been detected during your scanning. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? You need to also understand that currently today, developers are always under pressure. So what they do is that they ship codes. So when a developer ship codes, they don't know that they've already shipped vulnerabilities into the environment. It is your job to do what? To pick those applications, to pick that endpoint, and to be able to ensure that you do one thing to eradicate every form of vulnerabilities on that what on that particular application. And then lastly, I can tell you, it doesn't take days again to hack a system. It doesn't take days to be able to hack applications. It doesn't take days again to be able to attack uh, anything that's available on the web. What do they need now? They need just 1 minute, and they need artificial intelligence to be able to assist them to propagate whatever type of attack that they they go through. So let me quickly show you this. Are you getting me? And I'm going to stop here. Do you understand? This is the last time I'm going to be showing you. I said here, when what goes wrong, are you getting me? When you don't follow all these practices. That is to say, when you don't follow all the security measures that is supposed to be, in a particular application that's being deployed on the server, that is where all the vulnerabilities that you've been detecting on your system does what comes up. So you need to go back to OWASP top 10. Everybody, you can go back uh to your browser and search OWASP top 10. Once you search OWASP top 10, you'll be able to see all the top 10 vulnerabilities, their lists, are you getting me, and what they really means. Another thing that you need to also understand is that we also have another one which is called CWE top 25. That is common weakness exceptions. That one is the real list of what you see in your code. Do you understand? But I'm going to ask somebody to share his screen now while you will ask your question. You will see that whenever it's bringing out any form of attack category, it gives you CW dash the code. What it tells you is that that particular CWE means common weakness exception, and it's being controlled by MITRE. Do you understand? It's being controlled by MITRE. So you need to understand all these things and ensure that as a security expert, as a cybersecurity expert, you are able to not only identify all these vulnerabilities from applications, from servers, from databases, but you are also able to know how to be able to do what? Address all of them. I think I've been able to, bring a stabilizer for those that have been very confusing and don't even know what they've really been doing in the last past weeks. That they don't even know how to be able to, they just know that they're just scanning. Some people will even ask, why do we have to use NIST? Yes, NIST is a framework, it's a globally recognized framework that tells us how to be able to use cybersecurity in our organizations. It tells us what to do when anything happens. It tells us how to do it. It tells us when to do it. It tells us what to really do and when to do it. That is the what? That is the recovery or recover. Do you understand? So thank you very much, everyone. So I'm going to be going back to the class now, everybody. If you have any question, I'm leaving the table up to you now to be able to ask me any question. Good afternoon. Quickly, If you have any question, okay, I have Majesty. Majesty, you want to ask a question? Quickly unmute your mic. Okay, Dion, do you have any question?
Yes, I have a question.
Quickly,
Okay,
please.
so my question is, you see, we run a lot of scans, and then you get maybe 80 port 80 opened and other kind of stuff, maybe some codes, some JavaScript code that you see that this is where the error is. So now my question is, since you don't have any programming knowledge or any idea, how can you be able to solve this kind of issues
Okay,
that comes with these codes and stuff? Yeah.
okay, thank you very much for that. Before I answer that question, I don't know. Mr. Clifford, are you on the call?
Yes, please.
Okay, please, can you answer his question, please?
Okay, please kindly ask the question again.
Benson, kindly ask your question again.
Okay, so my question was, please, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, please. I can hear you.
Okay, so my question is, since when you scan, you get a lot of vulnerabilities, right? So maybe port 80 TCP opened, and sometimes when you scroll down, you get some JavaScript code that is the exact place whereby the vulnerability can be found. So my question is, how can we solve this issue since we don't have any knowledge about programming, or we don't know anything about JavaScript or anything like that? So that's my question.
All right. Okay, if I get your question correctly, you're trying to understand how you can be able to relate in resolving the vulnerability, right? That has been flagged by the tool, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. So it is recommended that before you even get into cybersecurity and you begin to, especially in the field of penetration testing, ethical hacking, and all of that, you will need to have a background in at least, you need to have a background in networking and programming, right? Basic, not really something advanced, just basic ones, right? That's because you'll be coming across most of these. You'll be working with this environment that have programming, different programming languages, you know. Yeah, so you cannot defend something that you don't understand. Okay, so it's advised that you go back and have basic knowledge on understand the different programming languages, understand different servers, understand the different network topology, the network devices, ask the simple questions. Then you can build on that to be able or leverage on that to understand the scans that you're running. Another aspect another thing I can tell you is that so from the from the reports, right, you can depending on the platform. I don't really know the platform because they actually spool different reports. So depending on the platform, you will see it's going to direct you to the line of code, okay, or mostly URLs, right? So let's say there are different vulnerabilities. Most times it's not the code. It could be like a directory traversal. That means that you are and you are able to access certain directories that and are supposed to be hidden or that contain sensitive information. Okay. So what you have to do is copy that URL from the scan report and then put it on your browser to see for yourself if it's valid. And if you're able to access that particular directory, then you can look into it to see if there are any sensitive information there. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I think this answers your questions, right?
Okay, sure. So, which programming language should we be familiar with? Because there are a lot of programming languages out there. So, which one should we learn?
Okay, let
Okay,
me let
so I
me
was
okay,
okay, go
let
ahead.
me
Go
assist with
ahead.
that. So if you want to go more technical, do you understand? If you want to go more technical, you need to understand the players that you want to, really work for. We have Python, we have .NET, we have Java, we have React, we have it's even sometimes PHP. Do you understand? So you need to really understand the player. So which one that you think is very like you are likely to really interact with more. You need to understand, the kind of environment that you really want to be working for. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? So some people
Yes, I
might say, okay, these people here want to go to the bank. And if you are going to the bank, you have to have at least basic knowledge, not that you have to know it. Do you understand? So that you can be able to interpret. Are you getting me? The
yes.
interpretation is for them, but I'm going to share you something now, which is going to also help you, to be able to understand what your report really says. Because for every report, there should always be an interpretation. Do you get?
Okay.
And I'm
Yes.
going to show you quickly now. So if you want to talk about uh if you want to talk about the programming language, it depends, I get me, on wherever you really want to, work. Like now, if you are going to the bank, you have to know about, at least you have a little knowledge of what what is .NET. You need to know a little knowledge of Java, because those are the programming languages that are there. But you are not the one to, please note, as cybersecurity expert, you are not the one to resolve that vulnerabilities. It's your job to be able to detect and interpret for them. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? So
Okay. Okay.
yes. So that's why we've been saying that you either need little or no knowledge of cybersecurity from the beginning of the class. So, but if you really think you want to really help organizations, at least you need to have an idea. Do you understand? Of when they
Okay.
say you see this line of code, are you getting me? You have an idea of what it really means. But if you don't have an idea, all you just need to do is to give it to their developers that develop the application, and they'll be able to interpret it for you. Thank you very much. Okay, so quickly, let me show you something on my screen again. I shared a link. Let me reshare the link again so that for everyone that needs to understand some things, for anybody that needs to understand some things in there. So, I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm trying to show. I think I have one on my desktop here. I have one on my desktop here. Please, can somebody share me their reports from? Can somebody quickly share me their reports from Zap? I need that Zap report. I'm trying to look for one on my system here. Do you understand? I want to show you something live from here. Can somebody quickly share me one of the reports from Zap? Downloads. I think I deleted all the ones that I have. Quickly in the chat room, can somebody quickly show me just one report that they got from Zap? Let's by Zap here.
Sorry, sir. How do we get the reports out?
Okay, you need to generate, you need to go to reports. They go to generate. So we have different ways to be able to generate reports from each of the applications that have been shown. From the pen test, you will see generate reports. From hosted scan, you will see reports by the right of for each of the scans applications. So for what's it called? For Kali Linux, you need to go back to the video and watch how to be able to detect or download the reports. Do you understand? I just want to show you something quickly before 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 we go off this call. So you need to understand what Mr. Clifford just said now. Just 1 second. I'm coming. Where's my, I'm trying to share my screen for you all. Don't worry, we'll leave here by exactly 1. Where's this? Okay, let me pick the, so I won't scan it till the end. I'll just scan for a little minutes. So I won't be doing any settings. So as Precious already said the other time, so I just, hold on. Okay. What's going on now? Is it updating? Don't update anything now. Sorry, it's trying to update. Oh God.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Please, I've submitted my ZAP report in the
Oh, the
chat
chat.
section.
Okay. Thank you very much. I was trying
I
to.
actually sent a report.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Let me download this. So download. Okay. So, where's my downloads here? Okay. Thank you very much for that. So let's just open it up. This is not opening very well. Okay, though where I'm really concerned about is this. So let's pick one of these vulnerabilities. Let's pick one of these vulnerabilities, like this content security policy. Do you understand? So content security policy. So just click on it. I don't know why it's not working. So you see the CWE 693. So I've sent to the chat room the CWE top 25. Do you understand? So now look at this particular report, for example. It tells you the description of that particular CSP. Can you see? The request that was gotten, are you getting me? To be able to ensure that, to know whether this was there or not there, was also shown. Are you getting me? The response that it gave, can you see? Then what is the solution? Can you see the solution here? Is that ensure that your web browser application server load balancer etc is configured to set content security policy header. So now, if you want to check more information, all you need to do is to click on that particular common weakness exception or enumeration 693. If you click on it, it will take you to the top 1000 CWE, and it will tell you, can you see? It's needed to be discouraged. So it's very important for you to do what? For you to stop this from your application. And how do you do that? Is to ensure, are you getting me? You fix it. So if you scroll down, you see all the necessary help that is needed. And if there are some other things that are not there, like you can go to custom. I don't know, this thing is too much on my screen. Okay, can you see? Okay, what's going on there? You can go to custom and edit the filters. So like now, you don't have the content history, you don't have the mapping notes, you don't have the taxonomies, you don't have observed examples. So if you scroll down, you'll be able to see all these things highlighted fully in your page. So with this, are you getting me? You'll be able to understand how to be able to do what? How to be able to, solve that particular risk. So now, if you also scroll down, we have a lot of them down here. Can you see? You see references. Look at it there. The appendix. You see all of them have appendix. If you go to where is it? If you go to the one on hosted scan 2, coming, let me see one of the reports. Let me just see one of the reports. Hold on. Okay. So if you go here, if you scroll down, you see appendix 2. So every of the
Where they go? Let me see where they go out of.
please now. Okay, hold on. Coming. So you see every of the reports one after the other, the vulnerabilities. Okay. So can you see content policy not set? So you click on this, it will take you straight to the appendix and it will show you all the reference. So look at this, the reference that is there, developer dot something 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 something, all of them, they are here. If you go to the OWASP zap that I opened the other time, can you see developer dot Mozilla? Can you see that everything, they are always together? All you just need to do is to click on one of them and it's going to help you and even explain how to be able to solve that particular vulnerability from your application. All of them have different help that you can get. They have different help you can get and how to be able to solve them. So without wasting more of our time, all you need to do is that you need to generate your report out. You need to interpret your reports. Do you get what I'm saying now? You need to interpret your report. And how do you interpret your report? Is by getting the CWE category, the name or the ID, the category. Like example, that I said the other time, CWE 693, sometimes CWE 102. If you want to solve this anti-clickjacking, now what do you need to do? Is you come to the references, is available at the appendix, or you go inside the report that you are able to generate, and you do what? You are able to click them one after the. Can you see? Can you see? So if you look at the
Bang,
reference,
bang, 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 bang.
hey, who's this person? Okay, so if you go to this missing article jacking now, for example, you find out that the same references that is available here is also the same one that's available on the ZAP and the what on the CWE. I think I'm able to also clear your mind on how to be able to interpret your uh your vulnerabilities. So whenever you get them from those applications. Okay, thank you very much.